It is the 3rd of August, and the year is 2020. Congress flails as coronavirus ravages the nation and the economy stalls. I guess those are the headlines today. You got the GOP blaming the Democrats and the Democrats blaming the GOP. It says the virus is surging, the fragile economic recovery has stalled, and millions of jobless Americans just lost their emergency unemployment benefits. In response, Congress is doing what it does best. Nothing at all. There's some kind of urgency within Congress to get something passed to help millions of Americans who lost their job through no fault of their own. Why the deal breaker? Why hasn't anything gotten passed? In March, there was an emergency where, everything was hitting all at once, and they got it done. $3 trillion, and they tried to save everything with PPP loans and small businesses and unemployment and rental evictions and moratoriums on those and everything else. So now, here we are, 4 months later, at a standstill. So now President Trump actually wants to go ahead and pass his own bill. Not sure how he can do it or if he can do it, but he wants to stop some kind of evictions from happening. Let's face it, it's an election year, and he doesn't want, 18 to 24 million Americans losing their homes over this. But, without the Congress and without the Senate's approval, it's unlikely that Donald Trump can get anything done, whether he wants to or not. The GOP and McConnell released a $1 trillion package last weekend in the hopes that it would savage things, but there seems to be this unemployment discrepancy that's causing the bill not to get, to go further. So the GOP wants to pay $200, and the Democrats want $600. The GOP also wants $200 only through September, and the Democrats want $600 through the end of the year, maybe even into January. So with both sides miles apart, it's unlikely that anything's going to be passed before they go into recess, which is on Friday. And then they go on a 3-week vacation. They like their vacations, but something, the American people won't stand for it. So whatever the deadlock is, I'm sure come November, the voters are going to talk, and they're going to say what's on their mind. The virus is going up in Massachusetts. We're at 2.2% today, so keeps ticking up a little bit. I go outside just to see what's going on in the world, because I'm, to be honest, quite tired of not having anywhere to go. So I just drive around and see what's going on in the world. And it's like a wilted society. Nothing is thriving, nothing is growing, nothing seems to be doing really well. There's nobody laughing, smiling, and congregating at all where I live. People do go to the supermarket, they go to Home Depot, they go to, the gas station, and they do what they have to do. But to say people are going out and buying a party dress, they're not doing that because there's no parties to go to. People aren't even going to DSW or a shoe warehouse to buy shoes because they're not going anywhere. So people are in their sandals and their slippers all day. People aren't buying anything because people aren't going anywhere. And, I don't know how the fashion industry is going to survive this. People aren't going to work. They're working from home. They're wearing sweats or pajama pants all day. So how can you expect, people to go out and hustle and bustle? I mean, people aren't going on vacation. They're not buying luggage. They're not buying travel accessories. They're not buying anything that relates to travel. And they're not buying airline tickets either. So we're in this, dead zone. It's kind of a weird feeling because it's been going on like this for 4 months. And to be honest, I don't know when it's going to get any better, if it's going to get any better anytime soon. I'm looking at a long time recovery. People are tapped out. I guess there was an initial bump and lumber prices are high, RVs were selling, boats were selling. It was after, being cooped up for 3 months and summer had just come. So people did go out and spend some money, but I think that that's short-lived and I think it's all going to come crashing down and there's going to be a big sale on boats and RVs and cars and homes. And the rents are going to come way down also. Back to the travel industry, the first bill gave airlines stimulus money to pay their employees through October 1st. Delta Airlines and I think United, maybe American Airlines, they're all saying come October 1st they have to lay off thousands of people. The planes are flying empty. Pilots, stewardesses, people who are taking tickets at the front desk. They're just not, it's not sustainable. We are in a depression. It is a full-blown depression. And it's not going to end pretty. I think that the dollar is decreasing in value. I mean, a bill is just a worthless, really, piece of paper, right? And it just indicates a debt, right? I want something and I owe something, so I give that away. But otherwise, it's just worthless. It's not attached to gold anymore. And I believe that maybe gold and silver, they're increasing. Their prices are skyrocketing. And if you have the means to buy some, I would do that. And I would buy some silver. It's still at a discount. Gold is over $2,000 an ounce now. And silver is encroaching on $25 an ounce. But if you can, I'd buy some. I'd hold it. It's a real tangible asset rather than a dollar, which is just a piece of paper, and it's losing value every day. I don't see the economy making a comeback even when a vaccine is available. Well, first of all, there are 2 companies that are in a 3rd trial. They're giving it to people, and they're giving some placebos, they're giving the real. But it's going to take months and months and months. And I think that the economy and people in general have way too much, they have way too much hope in this vaccine because the vaccine is going to take a long time. And you might need a booster and you might need another boost and it might take years before everyone has one and there might be shortages of it and who gets one first and it's just really complicated situation. And I don't think people are going to trust it because they're going to want to make sure that they have the antibodies and that the antibodies do protect them from the illness. So with the vaccine, it's still going to be a year out. Whether you get a vaccine, it's going to take another year for people to really feel comfortable with it. And at that point, so many jobs are going to be lost and so many people are going to lose their livelihoods that I don't even know if it's going to be timely enough. I mean, I think the damage will be done already, and it's going to take a long time for recovery to resume. So if you see anything in your town, if your city or town is wilted, listen, it's August. It should be thriving, but nothing's thriving. All right, take care of yourself. Call a friend, visit some family, stay 6 feet apart. You're gonna need them.